the garage, guys. Today I want to focus on getting the interior, or at least as much of the interior done on the KhakiCivic as we possibly can. At the very least, I want to get the seats mounted inside of the car. Before we get started on that, there's one thing that's been killing me that I really want to get finished, bro. I really want to clean her up a little bit, dude, because it's been so long and there's just dust all over everything. I also need to get those stickers off. Oh man, all right, I got all the stickers off. It left, on the Lexan, it left every single bit of the residue behind. And the windshield isn't as bad, but it still left quite a bit of crap. I got the front windshield all done, but this back one is definitely proving to be a whole lot of freaking work. I'm just using regular old alcohol and just a rag and just kind of rubbing it, dude. Breaks it loose. I swear if I ever go to put another sticker on this car, you guys better freaking yell at me because this is bullshit. So I shared some pictures of the car without the stickers on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff, and a lot of you guys, I mean, most of you guys like the car without the stickers all over it, but a lot of you guys did comment that you really liked how it looked with the stickers on there. But I just wanted to make it clear that those stickers only went on there from whenever we went to IFO the one time. I wanted to take the car down and just kind of showcase it and show my progress, you know what I'm saying, and meet a bunch of you guys so that you guys can see the car in person in the condition it was in at the moment, you know. And I put the stickers on there just to help promote the channel for the most part. Yeah, as for the momos that we're going to be mounting inside of the car, I don't know if they're necessarily going to be the permanent seat setup, you know what I mean? As you can see, I mean, they're not in perfect condition, bro, but they're a really nice carbon fiber momo seat. It comes with rails, but unfortunately, these rails were on here whenever I bought the seats, and these rails do not fit my car, not even anywhere close. So I think they came out, oh look, Toyota Scion TC. That's funny. So at least I can put those up for sale, right? So if anybody's got a Scion TC, let me know. I got some seat brackets for you. These are the rails that were actually on the Corbos, in which these do fit the car, but these ones are kind of a little jank, bro. They're in pretty rough condition. They're a lot better now that I just cleaned them up, because they had, you know the buildup all inside of here that looked like freaking AIDS. I already have one of them inside the car because I was test fitting it, but for the most part, we just need to secure this bracket to these rails, obviously, and there is a spot where it bolts up. It was just missing the bolts in the back. And then from there, get these rails off of the momos, and what I want to do is just kind of set them up there. And I did measure. I measured the distance here, and I measured that to see, you know, just get a general idea if this is going to work. And it does line up for the most part. So, but you never know until you actually try it. So we got to get it all taken apart, and then I want to set just the seat with the rail, or with these little side brackets on top of this rail whenever we get them mounted inside of the car. And hopefully we can get them positioned in a good spot to where we'll be able to drill a hole and it's not going to interfere with anything to put a bolt in it. Yeah, then we'll be able to mark our holes and then pull it all back out, drill it, bolt it, and then mount them in there permanently. Yeah, dude, this is turning out sick, man. I don't think I've ever mentioned it, but I was kind of worried about the fact that these seats look like they sit up really high inside of the car. But now it sits a lot lower with this seat bracket than the Scion TC one that we just took off. Now the seat is actually kind of sitting down low, and dude, it looks like I might be able to actually get in here without having to take the steering wheel off. Where it's sitting, there is actually 4 really good contact points where I'm gonna be able to drill some holes and put some bolts in there. I know a lot of people will say that I ought to just mount it without the sliders, bro, but I really want sliders in the car. I want to have that adjustability, dude. So where it's positioned at though, I was coming to the front, just kind of making sure that the steering wheel is centered with the seat. Overall, just making sure it looks natural in there, like it's not all funky and out of place. But yeah, everything's going pretty good, dude. So now I have a good idea of where it is to mount it. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take all this back out. Got to drill some holes and bolt it up. Hardest freaking part of the entire damn seat install is going to be getting the freaking Allen wrench socket off this stupid thing that it freaking comes on. So like always, we lost sunlight, but I have managed to get one seat completely mounted and finished. I made this little aluminum piece right here just to kind of cover up that ugly freaking rail, you know what I mean? Slide the seat forward and back just to show you guys. Hell yeah, full range of movement. What's up? I think it came out pretty clean. It definitely has 4 bolts holding the seat down to the bracket, and the bracket has all 4 bolts going into the body of the car. Didn't jip out on any of the bolts, man, because, you know, safety reasons, of course. But if you guys look at the interior, man, we obviously need a lot more than just seats in here. I got the driver's seat finished, and I think I might just go ahead and do the passenger seat off camera because it took me so long to do. But if you guys look at the dash, man, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we still need on the dash, like the glove box, the center console, and like the piece that covers, you know, the radio bezel or whatever. This little piece that goes on top around the gauge cluster. I'm not sure exactly what all that stuff's called, but even the little panel that goes underneath that covers up the fuse box, man, I do want to put all that stuff in here so that the dash I'll wait. Jesus. God, it just, the noise doesn't go away, bro. Like, I don't know how loud that sounds like on the camera, but dude, it's loud as hell in here. Anyhow, I want the dash to have kind of a complete, like, clean look. But if you guys remember, quite some time ago, we actually painted this dash black. So I went ahead and I did the same thing to all the other remaining pieces that we have to put inside of here. I just basically went over it really quick, scuffed it up with like it was like 320. Then I hit it with some adhesion promoter and just sprayed it with a satin black, dude. And here all that stuff is all nice and dry. It's looking good. It is a little bit on the shiny side, but this paint, I've noticed as it cures, it'll start to dull down a little bit more and get more of that satin look, you know. But I don't know, came out looking really nice, man. I don't know how much of it I'm actually gonna get done tonight, but that's what I'm gonna start on next, is just start just start putting all that stuff in before I start on the passenger seat, because I know once I get both of these seats in here, it's just gonna make it really hard to access the dash and get all that stuff assembled. So, all right, I just got my speed sensor installed down here, or the cable anyhow. I'm running the cable setup on this car. Going through the firewall there, that little boot needs some kind of freaking tire shine on it or something. The thing looks like crap. And I got it plugged into the back side of the gauge cluster, and that was basically the only thing that was really stopping me from putting this piece on. So I needed to get that done before we can go ahead and button that up. So I got a little bit ahead of myself last night, man, with installing these interior parts. Basically, I mean, I was putting the center console and stuff on, but dude, I need to make a little panel that's gonna screw in right here so that we can actually attach our switches. You know, drill some holes, put the switch there for the fan and for the fuel pump. But I got this all taken back apart, and I was looking at it, and originally I was gonna make something to kind of glue into this or screw it into this somehow. But after further inspection, whenever you actually slide this bezel or piece on here, this section right here sits flush against here. So if I was to put something there, it would actually make that whole piece kind of bulge out. It wouldn't be able to sit flat. So I think what is going to be best is to make a piece of aluminum that's basically going to be this width, and then put it in behind, and then I could use these holes that are already here, these holes here and on both sides, and use those holes to actually screw that piece of aluminum on from the back. And then of course we'll drill the holes and then be able to run our switches there. And then this whole big old pocket back here is where I can just kind of coil up some of the extra wire, zip tie it up here out of the way so it's not hanging down. So for the most part, I need to get that done in order to finish up installing all these interior pieces. Alright, so our piece here needs to be about 9 1/8. We don't want to oversize this, but this direction we could probably oversize a little bit. So 9 1/8 by, you just make it 3 inches. There it is, all finished up, and dude, it is really nice and sturdy, simple, clean. I like it. I dig it. I mean, I've definitely seen a lot fancier shit, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It looks good to me. So now what I'm gonna do is go ahead and kick the breaker on down here. Test to make sure that the switches are actually working. So I put 4 in here because in the future this will probably be ignition, and I left a gap right here for a push button start. So this will be ignition, this is fuel, and we got power, and this is the fans. Hell yeah. Now hopefully this fits over it and we don't have any kind of fitment issues because I haven't tested it yet. Freaking perfect, man. Holy shit. Center console's all done, and that's pretty much all I can do right now as far as the dash, because we still need to fabricate some kind of block offs for the vents. And as far as tucking up the fuse box and everything down here, I want to figure out the signal wire to the starter before I finalize all that over there. I also have a panel, that panel that covers up all that, and then also that clamshell piece that goes around the steering column. But yeah, dude, starting to look like a freaking car again. I don't know, dude. I want it to have that nice, clean, like complete kind of look to the interior, even though it's stripped. And I really do think that we're accomplishing that. So, all right, so while the interior is not 100% complete, we made a lot of progress today, guys. Well, for me, it was actually multiple days, but all wrapped up into one video. But we got the switch panel finished, got the center console done. Guys, tell me what you think about maybe leaving the armrest, this back portion of the center console. Like, I wasn't really planning on doing it, but it just, I mean, it looks good in there, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's pointless, you know? I don't know, it's pointless. So I probably won't leave it. What I was thinking about doing was just making some kind of piece right here to just kind of complete this, to where I have like a little pocket for putting stuff, like maybe my wallet or something, my phone or something, I don't know. Other than that, dude, we got one seat done. We still have another seat that we've got to do. I also picked up a push button start button that we're gonna have to install inside that little plate that I made, and as well as the harness bar. I started to install it and quickly realized that this it's not for my specific car, because the SI, the 91, actually had the seat belts attached to the doors, where this actually bolts up to the spot where the seat belts would have bolted to this pillar up here. I don't know. I've already came up with a solution on how we can still use the harness bar, but I'll cover that in a completely different video. So basically, there's still a lot of work done to get the interior complete, but it's looking good, bro. I'm really stoked on how the inside of this car looks. I mean, it just, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, bro, I don't know. I'm loving it. I am for sure loving it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button, or gently touch it, tap it, whatever it is you want to do. If you didn't like it, maybe you just need to lower your standards a little bit. You know what I mean? Peace out.